everyday help.
Your daily inspiration from the Word of God.
And today we're playing a game. It's called Would You Rather.
Bible edition.
So just like a typical game, we'll read each other questions on Would You Rather from biblical examples. And then we'll answer the corresponding question with which one we would more enjoy doing. Or at least enjoy, depending on the question. So, we'll start. We have a couple questions for each other, and feel free to kind of play along and answer in the comments which one you would choose. And we'll read them as question 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think we'll go to 10 depending on how much time we have.
Yeah. You want to just go back and forth?
Sure. Alright, so I have, would you rather have seen the Red Sea be parted or Jesus walk on water?
Red Sea.
Why?
I want to see how that looks. I want to see the ocean or the river floor and how if you could see any fish in the walls and I want to walk it too.
That'd be pretty cool. I picture if it was up like that though, with all the force behind it, I don't think you'd be able to see into it.
No.
But I definitely don't want to walk on water. I mean, it sounds cool, but look how it worked out for Peter. I don't want that pressure on me of Jesus put me on the spot of how much faith I have. Like I think I could walk on water, but now if I think I think, now I'm already doubting, now I'm already sinking, now I'm embarrassed. Now I'm Peter. So yeah, I'll just follow Moses.
Peter. It's just like a downward spiral, huh?
It really was.
Okay. Would you rather deny Jesus 3 times or betray him for 30 pieces of silver?
Denied 3 times. Gosh, you see what happened to Judas? So for you guys that don't know, Judas betrayed Jesus for what is 30 pieces of silver. What is 30 pieces of silver? Well, I think it's equivalent to 1 month's wage at the time, I think it is. Give or take. I might be off on that. I'm just basing it off of what I remember. So for me, that's nothing. Okay. So for me, that wouldn't be much. So obviously, I would never betray Jesus for any amount of money. To deny Jesus, well, that's tough. Not to be dark or anything, but I feel like in my youth, in ways I denied Jesus. So I relate a little more closely to that. Even though I love him, I think at certain times in some of our lives, we've gotten to dark places where we blame God or blame Jesus, and we deny that they exist because life's not going according to our plans, or because, for a moment we let doubt creep in and take control, and I'm guilty of that, and as hard as this to say, but if I was, as I am, a disciple of Jesus Christ, I would never betray him in the way Judas did. Alright. Next question. Would you rather know what type of fruit Adam and Eve ate, or know what Jesus wrote in the sand when the people wanted to stone the lady who committed adultery?
Just know what the fruit is? I don't get to see if it's tasty?
Just can't tell what it
I
is.
just hear the name of it. I like fruit.
See, I would definitely pick the latter because it's bothered me so much what he wrote in the sand. And I've even, looked at several different scholars' commentaries on what they believe Jesus could have been writing in the sand, and none of them have fully convinced me that they could be right. And I'm not even going to go over all those theories because it would take me too long. I thought about it, but I was like, better not. But it's something to talk about another day. It's really cool to kind of think about what Jesus might have been writing. And this is the same time the Pharisees, he was doing this while the Pharisees were kind of coming at him and saying, well, Jesus, we got this woman in the act of adultery. The law says stone her. What do you say? He just sat there. Probably just something like, these idiots have no... I'm kidding. He wasn't saying that. So I really want to know that. Adam and Eve, I think most scholars and people have it narrowed down to an apple, or what was it?
Pear.
It wasn't pear. It'll bother me, but it's not an apple. I believe it's something else. I'll look it up though.
Okay. Would you rather see Lot's wife turn to salt or hear Balaam's? Is that how it's pronounced? Donkey talking.
I'd rather hear the donkey talk easy.
I would
That
just think
donkey
of
was always
Shrek.
trying to keep him from getting in trouble. Exactly. And I really love Eddie Murphy and Shrek, so I really would want to hang out with him. As
See,
donkey.
but I would be disappointed if I heard the donkey talking and it didn't sound like Eddie Murphy.
True, but here's my thing with the other part. If I am seeing Lot's wife turn into a pillar of salt for looking back at the tragedy of the town, then I too would be looking back at her, and now I'm looking back, and now we're both pillars of salt, so I'm going to see it firsthand. I think I'll just take the talking donkey. That's worth 10 shekels if you can prove it.
Your turn.
I am, Alright. Would you rather have dinner with Moses or with Paul?
Moses.
Both. Moses?
Yeah.
Do you know what they have in common? Or I don't know if they did it this way on purpose. I can already see the similarity between the two as they're both two of the most prominent authors in the Bible. Moses writing the first 5 books of the Bible, possibly 6 if we include Job. It's up for debate. And then Peter wrote 9, I think, somewhere up there. So these are like the philosophers of the Bible.
I would pick Moses because I don't know. I feel like I like his stories better, and he knows a lot, and I want to hear like him telling the story of parting the sea and being told the 10 Commandments and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather live in the Garden of Eden that's perfect but unchanging, or in our imperfect world that has sin but also a hope for forgiveness?
So live in the Garden of Eden as an imperfect world?
No, as perfect but unchanging. So it's just you and Eve naked in the garden with a pesky little serpent.
Man, that's tough because I love the fact that we have grace, but our world is still so fractured, so broken, so dark, and needs so much help. Whereas the Garden of Eden, if it's before sin came in, then, man, mankind's not fallen yet, so it seems like it'd be as close to place as heaven as you would get without being there. But I know my calling, and my calling isn't an easy life or a life without work. So knowing that, I have to choose the world we live in today so that I can do the work God's given me to do. Alright, let's see what I got for you. Would you rather be able to feed 5,000 people with 5 loaves and 2 fish, or heal someone's blindness?
That's it? Just one guy? I don't get to like have healing powers a lot.
Well, let's just assume you can do each one once.
I want to heal.
Yeah. Me, I would do the 5 loaves of bread thing. Totally. Biggest potluck ever. And I like fish.
I don't. It does not sound tasty. Bread and fish. It's probably stinky fish. And there's no butter on your bread. Keep that in mind.
You don't know that.
Okay. Would you rather have to wear a head covering or never shave your beard and not cut your hair?
I'd rather just never shave my head or cut my beard. Man, that's an easy one. I don't like hats. Nor but they probably make turbans that big to cover my head.
You have a big head.
So definitely just grow it out, man. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? Would you grow your beard out?
Well, for girls, I think it'd be more, would you wear a head covering or go
Without
your whole
shaving
life
your legs?
with no makeup?
Alright, would you rather
And I would pick no makeup.
spend 1 hour in heaven or 1 week with Jesus?
1 week with Jesus.
Yeah, I would too. Being in heaven is to be in God's presence, and to be with Jesus a week.
I'll be there eventually someday anyways.
I feel like I get to just be in His presence even longer. So it's just like, don't want to spend a day in His presence or a week in His presence. I'll take the week.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you rather be Abraham and be told you have to kill your only son, not knowing that he'd be saved? Or be Isaac, knowing that your father would be willing to sacrifice you?
Well, as a father, I'd really think I'd be Abraham, because sometimes I do want to sacrifice my children. Like, I just do it. You don't have to ask me to. I would just take them, pick them up, lay them across the table, and say, we didn't need to bring a sacrifice today. We already got one. No, I'm kidding. In all seriousness, in that situation, I would choose to be Abraham. I know that through trials of faith and through the testing of faith also produces growth in the Spirit, growth to God, and it was a fear of God that was recognized through Abraham. So I know that trials of faith produce reward, so I would want the trial.
I wouldn't want to live my whole life knowing my dad would have killed me. Okay, are you ready?
Is it my turn?
No.
To read to you?
Yeah, you read to me.
Alright. Would you rather have a plague of boils or a plague of water that turned into blood?
Water turns
Easy.
to blood.
Yeah, well, it's boils
I
on
don't
the
want
body.
boils.
If the water turned to blood, I'd just be like, man,
I'd
call
learn
the
to.
cast of Twilight.
I'd learn to, like the taste of blood. Okay. I have a similar question. Would you rather live through a plague of locusts or a plague of frogs?
Well, first off, the plague of locusts. If John the Baptist were here, I knew John the Baptist would say a plague of locusts because that kid ate them with the honey all the time. So, that'd be like, he'd be in heaven. That'd be a buffet for him. I never tried locusts. I don't want to. Frogs are really odd and strange creatures, but they also eat insects. So I would live in a pretty bug-free environment with a bunch of frogs, and I like frogs more than insects. I'm going frogs.
I've had a few frogs as pets. I like them.
I had a frog as a pet. He lasted like a solid week.
Okay, frog killer. What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. He just was his time.
Okay. Ask me a question.
Would you rather be thrown into the furnace or the lion's den? So me. Indigo.
Lion's den. I don't like fire. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, she has a fear of fire, water, freezing. She's afraid of the environment and the outdoors, like seasons.
I'm not afraid of outdoors.
The only season she's not afraid of is fall, and that's because she's used to fall.
I think it'd be terrible to die in a fire.
Okay.
It'd be a pain. You'd suffocate.
And being torn to death by lions?
No, because I'm Daniel, I'm going to be saved.
Okay, but in this example, you're in the furnace, you're Meshach and Abednego, where the fire doesn't harm you in any way.
Yeah, I still don't want to be there.
Alright. I would choose the lion's den. I see myself as a lion. I think we get along just fine. We have Josh right there. He's my friend. So, for the lion's den.
Alright, last question. You ready?
I'm ready.
Would you rather have been Mary watching Jesus be crucified
Ooh,
or been one of the thieves next to him?
that is dark. So, as in being married, would I rather see my
Your own
son
Be crucified.
God, be crucified, or be one of the thieves who doesn't know who he is, be
Would you be
crucified.
the thief?
I'd go with the thief, because I'd be the thief instead of saying, "You're God, get us out of here. What are you doing?" I'd be a thief saying, "Hey man, remember me when you come into your kingdom." I would definitely choose to be the thief. As wonderful and great as the mother of Mary was, I don't wish that on anybody. The death of Jesus, or anybody on the cross, death taking son of the world, and to have to watch your son go through that, or daughter, that'd be terrible. No comparison. Alright, last question for you. Would you rather eat like Daniel, vegetables only, or Elijah and the widow, bread only?
Well, for those of you who know me and know that I only eat 2 or 3 vegetables. 3. There's 3, not
She
1.
couldn't even name them.
Is that good?
Go ahead, name 3.
Corn, green beans, and potatoes. The only 3 I will eat.
Potatoes are hardly a vegetable.
So I go with bread. Bread for life.
I think bread and potatoes should be in the same category.
Whatever.
I take vegetables. I can do vegetables. I love salad. I mean, there's not very many vegetables I don't like. For a while, I was only eating like carrots and potatoes for a while. I could do that all day.
It was. Stunk up my house. Alright.
I was reading the last 2. Alright, so fun game, you guys. Make up your own questions. Look for some online. Really fun game to play. You play it with the kids and make a more childlike version they can understand. And sorry for not as enthusiastic as usual. I'm really not feeling well today. So I'm going to go back with some chicken noodle soup and lay down, to be honest. But, as always, thank you guys for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe, YouTube Today's Disciples, and never lose hope.
You don't know what tomorrow may bring.
Bye, guys. Say bye. Bye.
Say see ya.